What's up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great day so far. Auburn last night defeated Bethune Cookman 95-90 in a game where there's definitely room to improve. And I think before we get into like the stats and stuff like that, because this won't be a very long thing, we just typically go over, the stats and stuff like that. So give credit to Bethune Cookman. They were making shots. Um, they were hitting threes relatively well. It's almost like they couldn't miss shooting threes at the most part. Auburn. So here's the thing, and I think a lot of people knew this. If you didn't, I don't know what you were thinking, but a lot of people pretty much knew that this was going to be a work in progress kind of team this year. Tahad is the only returning player from last year's team, and you bunch of guys are transferred in and things like that. It's going to take some time for these guys to gel, and I talked about it, I believe, in last Thursday's video, where this team is going to be tested throughout the non-conference because they play, I believe, like Michigan, they play Oregon, they play Arizona, they play Houston, they play Purdue. This team's going to get tested throughout the entire non-conference portion of the schedule, and but the hopefully with that you hope by the time SEC play gets here, this team is gonna be gelled enough to where they can definitely reach their capability. Now this, like, I've kind of figured that this team was gonna be more offensive heavy with the kind of players that they brought in, and Auburn is definitely going to get bullied in the paint, for sure this season. Like teams who have like big physical bigs, um, they're obviously just gonna get bullied, and it is what it is. You're probably gonna have to just live with that, because you're not really gonna have, you don't have a Janai Broom, you don't have a Dylan Cardwell, you don't have anybody of that size and caliber. Now Porum could, Keyshawn Murphy probably could cover that, at least that portion, but it's just going to be a work in progress for sure. So as far as like stats wise goes, so Bethune Cookman, and I talked about it, um, really, I would say their starters did most of the work, except for their one guy who contributed like 20 points um, off the bench. But everybody, I mean, other than that, I mean, you know, it's mainly their starters. So they shot the ball relatively well. Auburn side of things, uh, Jovic, I think he's gonna take some time to grow into it. He made a lot of mistakes tonight. Obviously he's an international player, so it's gonna take some time for him to basically adjust to this style, this level of basketball and things like that. So um, he did some good things, just still room to improve. Keyshawn Hall once again proved on why you went and got him for sure. 28 points. Elijah Freeman 9 points. Kevin Overton 13 and the Hod 11. I'm curious on if the lineup will change. Are you gonna see like Keyshawn Murphy 17 points? Are you gonna flip that now? Are you gonna put Murphy in the starting lineup and bring Jovic off the bench? So there's some interesting things about the way the rotation and everything. Bashir, the bench did good. Like I still would have liked for at least Bashir to contribute some other than just 1 point. But you know, Sebastian Adams 15 points, and then Keyshawn Murphy 17 points. That's good combined with everybody else. So um, not bad. Definitely worse. Worse. I mean, it went into overtime because Elijah Freeman somehow managed to foul the guy who was shooting at the end. So we go into overtime, but Auburn's able to overcome that. Interestingly enough, hold on, let me. There we go. All right. So interesting enough, field goal. So both, Bethune Cookman shooting 50% from the field. They were 12 of 22 from shooting three. Auburn, I feel like they're 6 of 23. I feel like they probably shot the three ball a little too much, to be quite honest. I think I would rather them take like two pointers that that you could probably get, because there were a lot of times where the ball just it just didn't go in. Like it just bounced off the rim, or it spun around the basket and then just came out. There were a lot of those in this game. So, but personally, like if you're gonna just shoot 26% from three, I would rather I'd rather you take more two pointer type shots, mid range jumper shots. Um, but that's just me. That's just me. They Bethune Cookman somehow only went to the line 9 times, while Auburn almost went to the line 40 times. They were very good at drawing fouls, and I think that's something that could be a benefit with this Auburn basketball team. If this is something they can do, now I'm not saying they need to go to the line 38 times, but if they can draw fouls at a high clip, that's going to be very beneficial in a lot of these games, because you're going to be putting the opponent's players in foul trouble while you're going to the line. Free throw has much to be desired, but I mean, you shot 71%, but like again, you missed a couple of. If you make like three or four more, it's a different ball game. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it is what it is. Rebounds. Auburn won the rebound game, 40-33. Um, Offensive rebound. There were some times where you just not having a guy like a big, like a Dylan Cardwell or somebody like that to gather the ball. But I think that's good. Defensive rebounds, you're about even in that category. Assists, you're about even in that category. Steals, about even. Blocks, about even. There were times, though, I will say, when it comes to the blocks, watching it, there were times where Bethune Cookman did a really good job of timing up their blocks. So give credit to them for that on that aspect. You're both over double digits in turnovers. Uh, Both got about the same amount of points in turnovers. Uh, Beat you in the fast break. You won the points in the paint, so that's pretty positive. And then fouls 25-12, and then it like they played Memphis the other week and they won that like by 30 points. But then they come into this game and I don't know. I don't know if they were like playing down to their competition, because Bethune Cookman, I think somebody said it. I don't know if it was the announcers or somebody I was watching, maybe like Charlie Five or something like that. But Bethune Cookman was maybe like in the 200s when it comes to Ken Palm. So I mean, I don't want to say this was Bethune Cookman's Super Bowl or anything like that, but they came ready to play. They were making shots. They were making Auburn work, and so definitely um, give credit to them for that. Like I said, there's still room to improve with this team. This is gonna be a work in progress type of team. So I'm not really that concerned, because this team, they're gonna get tested for sure, and I mean we're gonna find out a lot more about them. I figured during the off season, when Auburn acquired all these players, that like I mentioned at the beginning, offensively they were going to take a step forward, but defensively they were going to take a step back. Now that could change, honestly, from a defensive standpoint, because there were just times watching it where it was just a lack of communication that allowed Bethune Cookman players to, you know, get easy points or, or just something like that. So fixing that could fix, you know, that small defensive lapse right there. So let's see. So they played Bethune Cookman tonight. They are back again on Thursday to play Merrick. Yeah, play. Wait, what? Who are they playing? The Merrimack Warriors. What is that? So Auburn. So here's Auburn's next couple of games. So they got Merrimack on Thursday, and then I believe so. The 11th they've got Wofford, and then the 16th, which I think is like a Saturday, maybe. I think it's Saturday. Um, they've got Houston. Then they play Jacksonville State, or not Jacksonville, but Jackson State. Then it's Oregon, Michigan, North Carolina State, Arizona. That is a stretch right there. That is very much a stretch. Now, part of that is, I believe, part of that is outside the Arizona one, but part of it is that tournament that they're playing in Las Vegas or something like that. Because I think Alabama is going to be a part of it too. So that's probably what that is. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see a lot to be desired, but room to improve and get better for sure. So we'll see how they look on Thursday. But guys, that's relatively it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.